going to take a class on water resources. Water is a wondrous gift of nature. Uh, Water is the only chemical compound that occurs in all the three physical forms such as gas, liquid or vapor. And hydrosphere is the water domain. And water resource includes oceans, seas, rivers, ponds, solar ice caps, groundwater, etc. Types of water resources and their uses. Water occurs in oceans, land, underground, polar ice caps, etc. And most of the water occurs in ocean, which is about 97%, and the 2% of water occurs in ice caps, and only 1% is available to use for man. Next, come to water in the oceans. Oceans contain 97% of water on the earth, but it is high in salt concentration. It is more than 3.5%, and most of the ocean water occurs in Pacific Ocean, which is about 1/3 of total Earth surface. And next is Atlantic Ocean. Atlantic Ocean is half of the Pacific Ocean, and Indian Ocean with an average depth of 4,000 kilometer. And Atlantic Ocean is actually surrounded by ice caps, and it occurs surrounding North Pole, and it is always frozen and unnavigable. Next comes to water on the land bodies. Water on the land bodies occurs as lentic and lotic water bodies, in which lentic water bodies in which water occurs in stagnant condition, such as ponds or lakes, and also in glaciers in the form of solar ice caps, etc. But in lotic water bodies, water flows like rivers and streams, and some water percolates and stored in groundwater levels, and surface water available on the earth is the most accessible source of water. Various surface water resources. First one is rivers and streams. When rain or precipitation happens, most of the water does not evaporates, and they just run off the ground, and they flow as river and reach the sea or ocean. And rivers and streams are the major source of water supply to human beings. Most of the civilization have flourished on the bank of the rivers. But nowadays, most of the rivers are polluted, such as Ganga and Yamuna in India are polluted due to several man-made activities, and it become polluted to such an extent that their water has become unfit for human use. Natural lakes and ponds are inland depressions that hold some fresh water, in which ponds are generally small in size, and ponds are always temporary or permanent. The water in the lakes and ponds are also accessible to human needs, and their water is always uniform than rivers and streams. Next one is artificial impounding reservoirs. Reservoirs are actually formed by constructing hydraulic structures and or dams across the river valleys. Their water is also very much accessible to human use than groundwater, and because its water content or it flows same as that of ponds and lakes. The reservoirs played a crucial role in improving our economy by giving most of the water for irrigation and domestic use, and also they are used for generating hydroelectric power for our nation. A large amount of surface water is also contributed by melting of glaciers due to global warming. Groundwater. When rainwater and water from melted ice that reaches the underground through some pores or cracks, and they're stored in the ground area of the earth is called as groundwater. Although groundwater occurs in small amounts everywhere in the soil, but the great amount of it reaches the sea through some underground channels and become a part of hydrological cycle also. Groundwater is not at all accessible to human use because they are taking underground water is very difficult process because we have to dig wells or other structures to take groundwater from the ground underground of the earth. And but groundwater has more benefits than surface water because they are not at all polluted as the surface water. And in the surface water such as lakes, rivers, ponds, etc. are always polluted by waste dumped by man, and most of the people living near to the riversides, and they are also polluted by atmospheric pollution, river runoff, other the industrial waste, etc. Although we are blessed with several water resources, nowadays water scarcity is seen everywhere in the world because of the increasing population and construction activities. Badly managed water means underdevelopment, poverty, disease, and human conflicts. But wisely used, it means harvest, health, prosperity, etc. And the water is vital for all natural resources. It has the power to promote the economical and social advancement of people and nations. Thank you.